Cocoa is not only one of the key ingredients of our world-renowned chocolate products. It is central to the livelihoods of an estimated 800,000 cocoa farmers in our local supply chain and contributes over 3 billion cedis to our GDP. Yet many farmers live in poverty, suffering a lack of access to finance, healthcare and infrastructure, as well as the prevailing issue of child labor. Women in this sector are further marginalized by lack of access to land and unfair compensation for their labor. There is an urgent need both to scale up due diligence efforts across the cocoa supply chain and ensure efforts from all stakeholders are aligned in curtailing the abuse of laws and infringement of rights in cocoa growing communities. This is a key objective of the Fair for All project, and this documentary seeks to highlight the impact of that collaboration through the stories of the farmers within the project districts.
The impact of the Fair for All project has been particularly in the form of building human rights awareness, especially among the women in the cocoa sector, about their rights that are being abused and what are the mechanisms that they can use to address those rights and make sure that they can get better returns from their labor in the cocoa sector.
The Fair for All project is a good project. It's giving the farmers the education on their human rights issues of us to our in terms of human rights issues, and then land rights to the land, rights to marriage and all that. We've taken through, and we are giving the farmers the opportunity to be able to express themselves.
Asasino do donara ewo ahemfo no enti se wokɔgye asase no a ɔhen no wobɛtena se ana asase do ne wobɛtena se aka ho asɛm a pole baako bia no ɔbɛgye 400 Ghana cedis eni se 10 poles ana se 10 acres na wodo a ɛsɛ wo so betua 4,000 no wi ɔno wayɛ hyehyɛye se kokoo no ɛyɛ a ɔno wo kyɛm mienu ɔno ne deɛ fa so wo deɛ fa after so aduane ababa na ade nyina so ɔgye ne kyɛfa aduane na wo di usika bɔ pa ma ya do afuo no ahye wa bra aduane ɔbɛgye ne kyɛfa enti ne nyina mu no sɛ wo dua kokoo no na sɛ nyame ya do kokoo ne ba na sɛ wo de kɔ nsaneɛ so na de sɛ wo saka no sa anka ɛya na emu ɔwirom papa
wo ɔbanti wo kɔ obi kyɛ kora sɛnea kabɛma kɔ a ɔbɛsi agye na afa wo ɔba de obu wɔ ne tia wɔ saa de so ne yɛ ne ya ɛwɔ saa kokofo ka ɔba de nkɔ wa ho de sɛ nka wotumi yɛ kofu ɛnam sɛ yɛ ɔba ne ti yɛ bu yɛ ne tia
anti me yɛ ɔba mi a me pɛsɛ me nya masase na me dua me koko
enkanka mɛma ne enuanom ma no ubonso no ko agye asase no na wayɛ owu a ne de problem ne ade ne kyemu ne ade
busua asase so de oyi a nsɛm bebre ne wɔ ho ebi sɛ bia me kunu yɛ busua asase a nkyikyɛmu na ɛbɛba no ebi wɔ hɔ a me nya bi koraa.
So the new Obana can Obana do my anticipate. And tis Oba for just as I could. I demand say Sassini Bradman. And tis a beer or could be can hold ya and Opala and check what the man.
If they will work in the farming land, they should force them to make it a bunu or a busa. For that, they are part of the portion.
So that the woman has control over everything, taking decisions, how financing comes in, how it goes out. That is solely for the woman, and then the man runs the other part of it.
In the cocoa sector, we have a situation where women laborers, compared to men, they are paid less. Women are paid less for doing the same type of work as men are paid. That's against the laws of Ghana. Everybody should be paid the same wages.
As I said, no one to me, and your human interior, your farm money member, my mother, one more banswan, I could tell your mouth would be a prepare, your person BCC because the moment our BCC will be the next time of friend on your day. Oh, ma.
Women in the cocoa sector also face discrimination when working with their husbands. Many expressed how they were left out of any profits made from the sale of cocoa, even though they contributed to its growth.
bɛrima na bi wɔ hɔ a wɔkɔ kɔtɔn kokoo na sika na ɛsɛ ɔno de mame no me nsa nka nti ɛyɛ anam bisa no sɛ kokoo no koraa egu apa so no wasesa wo kɔtɔn yɛ na ɛwɛn ɔse ɔno deɛ mfa me ho
bɛrima no nya wɔsɛ me na mehwɛ fie nti ne sika no hye wɔ no nkoa ne bɔtɔm woka campus akora bi ɔma ne bi mu afa nkɔ school koraa na akɔyɛ ham eti ano baayɛ na yɛkɔ nkyerɛkyerɛ na ma obiara te ne ho ase sɛ wɔsɛ sika ne ba yɛkyekyɛm ne yɛhu deɛ de ebiara bɛyɛ.
Overall, farmers reiterated that the Fair for All project had brought a positive change in their mindset and allowed the women especially to understand their rights and address their concerns when partnering with their husbands on the cocoa farm.
Fair for All, project no. Mema be hu say my empowerment. They say a man dodo na say no munum say bia ni kunu kra ware na so ye cocoa kua na oka ho. Na dodo na anim ba sisi no ma be hu
abeboa ye wo ye ne ye kunu no mu afem otimiti ase ye se wo se yasu ye ti bi de boa enkwala no ekanko awa blabom
Bainam send Ghana any Fair for All program omo de bad enchirawa wase ama ye kunu no nso ehu se esisi omo de sisi ani ni asa eye kwa wom sisi akese so na anko ya ye de bombe ko kira na omo nso abemu nti no ama sisi aye mpatem ya ne de yensis mema ni sisi ebiem
lawyer ni no so bai e ma me kura me bisa caution se sese ya me ni me kun na dua kokoo no enti ya me kun no ka che me se me nko me nta ne nko adwuma ne de kokoo no me nka ho e ma me bisa lawyer ni se enti me kun aye me ho ade a me tifia me ye business no ajapade no me nka ho ana ama lawyer ne ka che me se me ka ho e ma mani je pa enti me ba fie na mani age.
Another challenge that farmers faced was the inadequate supply of cocoa farming inputs, such as fertilizers and other agrochemicals, by Cocoa Board.
Aban boa ye dro ni mi bat enye ni nyina ene boa cause enom dodo na isi akromo ase ye form cooperative by edro na eba no ensoye dro ni sha
ku adwuma ne de enye da biem esanse ye hia kwanhide bebre aban se entete eku a etete no mi kokoo etekes mi kwa ye ma medro bottle ko enso mi kura nkwala enum mi kotua school fees asato dro asato petrol egu kokoo so.
The issue of chemicals and fertilizer affects the stocks of the farmer, because if the farmer doesn't get a fertilizer early to apply it before the rains and it comes late, the yields will not be enough for the farmer to earn enough to harvest enough cocoa beans to earn more money.
See a formal group ni so omo de ba enso yen ti okotona bonten titru the new semen so enso so ehun na mai.
It is sometimes no be 1 liter no nimpa be 4 na e be che 1 liter na che say ye bubu no tot ti sa peteshi enso no emboa yen
enso emboa yen nti ye no mu asabi ye ni sika na ye nya adwuma foforo biya de taache no eno de ye ku adwuma de yempo yen frɛ ye ho se ye kuafo
nti anka se wafusu a se o man kese nso ba o si ye nyina eho ka na ye nya ne achen pepepe nti onna hori kakra na ha yen aye de no so no
anonom ne afese akatini ye ni de o ma kire se onkofo dura ye tuto no mia mi ntobi nti o ma kire ye duro poti a ye to abetumi aboa esi anonom ne akatini na ebeku wo mu enso ano no CMB no for na recommend ama sa cooperative ni nyina nti ano no ne ba ma die nya bi e ba ketekete sope
di chem no du ba bi kra ibubu edu ba e ma ba ko ana mienu a na fe yatimi ahwiehwie aguadem awere hokra.
At the same time so no o mama ye mass prayer for eno so no nye ye nyina ye fuom e na o mko edu o mo se eduro na sa ebi o mo se petrol ni ho na che se wo se wa na okoto petrol bi o kra eduro kra wonye bi
yese mass spray so mo bo ba ko mienu pe na fe eduro no a wo benya no ehode
mass spray mi ye bi na hawa de bre no eduro no ano odin ye kwa e ba ne enu nyina hihie ne na nye especially sa anonuma dure kura mpo no de omde aba no nye it is a paint nti udi gu kokoo bia no wana ka ho nti ema aba no kura ntumi ema ho nti ebe sere mo no mo nye pamle ni medura master nso ano odin medura mo de bara no odin nti wodi gu kokoo no so kora abo ne nso na nipa mo wonya yare
even crown so po no be san so po afre wo mo say o mo kogu so ma no mo cheche I say o mo ye no say politics so mo ye no dey o minim be ye easy say ubenya wo mo say bia o mo nkonkoye odwuma ma bla wo so no ahodin no akofo
because ye nim say aban na de aba na aban de ba how say mo beton eduro na amaye ana say mo beji eska ansana mo egukoko ni so amaye
maspray afi kura no mafum kura wonu nti say mankoto eduro a nti master man spray na dranka eduro no nko nche man yakuafo no ne yankasa yengu na mo machine no edigu kokoko so no ne bo no e wo sorodo ti anko nte so na kwani bia ntumi ntobi no fa yemfa yadwuma no me hu to no beboa yen
titi true pa ne de aduro ne de ka wabonte se store pa de a kam fishen ka bema wo ma wo mo hwehwe bi ne de nka aboa yen yehu ba bi aduro no so wo
ekaka me nko amadwene de anka wo so odi nduro ni nia akọ store na eni eduro de be cheye no ye kura ye 40 cedi a nanka ye de akoto ana 50 cedi ana 20 cedi a na no yetimi ato sense wo so de yatiku enso eduro ni sua emwa kura makua side ne de me ye ngo ka ho me hu sango no me nya sika si kokoo na me ye no
eniama aban de brain no mimi hu ni say adenti na se o de sa eniama ne brain no physical ne mafama no no fa maintain na afu because eniama no kra na ye ba omo divert most of eniama ni bi they say fertilizer ni ade no into be he no quantity ye say farmer ni nya no onya enti on fa sa ade ni ma enhye koku price ni ma farmers no omo abeto mu bibia
enduro no mo de ma medigu e koku so no nso so boni ame my experience e wo ho ne se nduro ni bigu me honam a ya ebi hyehye ti se lufu ene lambda ni ade etumi eti honam prekese ni ade enti ye besre ti se okọ hospital ni na so iskasem enti se aban beboa bias ni mo ma bi ti se raincoat ene ma equipment a ebetumi dia hyehye bra ye spray ye koko so a nka no so beboa ye pa
me pere ma prane se mpese mitwegu ma prane se me pese mitwa kokofuo ni gu kokofuo ni mboa me eka na mebo musum bia kire me toduro gu so abaye duro a wo se atitikuo nti wo de maye no kakra bi ne enya ti mboa kra nti me de ma dwene mu nia se ada safie ma nti mi kra ne next year no mi kokọ afie ne enya du mfie du mienu no metwegu no medua na be.
Most farmers bemoaned the current price of cocoa, citing the high cost of labor and investment involved in cocoa farming.
Yen Ghana no ye price no e wo low enti no ya na smugglers etimi eba o minum eba smuggler na se wo mbe to cocoa no at cheaper price no na wo de call wo mukrum
so ni mabua ede na ye sika no so a wo de man no pay no so o de to cocoa no emwa yen school fees ye tu a na tambia ye ho ache tambia na ejina krache fo se mbo ye mbo nti aban no hwe yen kakra na mbo yen
pese ne cocoa adwuma esidi din fa ubedua cocoa ansa na afemfia miensa ene ne mfia miensa ne fandu no wudua na ewu da wudua na ewu enso nyame ye wado na se wuti cocoa no de kọ hom ma jese kilo se wunya no wuntumi hu se ne scale no omaye no wudi siso a entoda afeso yenya ne ntie se e wo senka bonus bi ni ade bi ebebeba yenya mbo bi amfiri won nchen yenya mbo bi a amfiri won nchen
yeti cocoa no na so atofo no ye de kwa sikasem no edi e chance na skanaba
se abano to cocoa no high price e maya ana yensu ibenya sika na yensu ye de afa defo akan ho na omabo adwumadi na adwumadi na akoso yesre se ye pese nka abano betuma to cocoa ni ye amaye na amaye su ye ni agi
ko se me ka se me to me pa ko a ebedu wi me ko no siskeni ho na esem de ko we ho se ai na me wiska no wan fa ma wo de ko ma we na de abanti me koko de me ntoma nipa ba ko
kasi na me to koko no ma se emi wo koko no ba ko no se siskeni ho ansa ni skala be ba no kra na se okoye boni bi ne be chiwa ni ya chiwa tu daga o mu delay skala ti ya sha na hai na wo ye nya fufure di ya ku ko she mu de wo mu ni ya sa hwa mo da first no cooperative first cocoa board for now cocoa na no moto na emfa asumdwe mra ye na saa mfa so bi bɛ sika ne mantam.
In this be a banner brain fertilizer or brain pesticide and insecticide. Me who say, Nama cocoon price and cost from near say, Sanya mani no, or better if you seek him. But as they say, all this canama farmer, no one can say to me, the age man.
Titru, among to a cocoa hano. Cocoa, be out there, 10 tomato chest in Susu, I say 20 kilos, and I say be at 60 kilos, over 50 kilos. Yedim somebody in Tampa woman that it is Gena. You're 20 years here. And you're holding more can hear my na your bread.
Because the farmer is desperate for money, whether the scale is adjusted or not, he doesn't care because he needs the money. So he go to a different company or a different district or purchasing clerk who has adjusted the scale. So the government should work on providing enough funds for the local business when the season starts.
Yeah, what we want our farmers to be able to do is that make sure that they plant more economic trees in their cocoa farms. If you look at agronomic practice, every 1 acre of cocoa of 435 trees should have about 6 economic trees scattered in it. These trees can in future grow and be sold. But the thing is that the trees also help the cocoa to grow well. What we do is that we all know environmentally friendly issues. If we have trees in our one, it checks the rainfall pattern. It also prevents sunshine hitting our direct cocoa. What we also do is that we also allow them to engage in additional livelihood. Plant more of plantain and then do vegetable farming in addition to their cocoa. Not to always be using pesticides. What we do is that we want them to do organic farming. When we do organic farming, it helps you, the cocoa farmer. What we said, organic farming is that they use a poultry manure, not to be using fertilizers to cultivate the vegetables that they eat. Because what we've also realized that the more you use fertilizer on the soils, it breaks the soil's components. And these are the things that causes more erosions and then also affect the soil profile.
My experience I will honest say sendro bi gu me honam a ya ebi hyehye ti se lufu ene lambda ne adade etumi eti honam prekese ne adade enti ye besere tete okọ hospital ni na so iskasem enti se aban beboa bias ne mo mama bi ti se raincoat ene ene ma equipment a ebetumi dia hyehye dra ye spray ye koko so a nka no so beboa ye pa my spirit me ye bi na how the brain eduro no ano odin ye kwae ba ne enu nyina hyehye ne na nye especially sa anonuma aduro ekura mpo no de omde aba no nye it is a paint nti udi gu kokoo bia no wana ka ho nti ma aba no kora ntumi ma ho nti be sere mo no mo nye family ni na eduro master so ano odin eduro mo de ba no odin nti udi gu kokoo no so kora abo ne nso na nipa mo wonya yare
first na Mr. Tino na oha no na nye kese na kokoo no emu na de ni so afi yegusu ba kopɛ babe ye bihye 20 ayi mu sente ayi ayi de simbu papa ma se senye penifo adawruma anka yegukoo no enye te se nkan no de na ye se de ha wom nduru no ayenya no egu nso mbu ano wo ha kokoo no so abe se na mbu ana se bebre tino ena fe mbu a wo de bo ya trainer ye ko no se emu ntwae nkrampan na first no na pruni no na yenim na ni so se pruni na de no won abekire nti no afindu na ye ya eboa yen
eye ibro na omo edipegu ko nso maye kanena kayewo ibro ye no te se akatu master confido eno no dibu ko no so a tumu se eku pa ma tumu se na ende ibro na onre ebegu so no ebi entumi ebi exercise na ye bebo ombebo na ebe 1 week ube kona extra emboa no entumi enkumo.
At a point in time, I quite remember there was one farmer who was using empty can as a drinking cup. Through the education, the farmers or the cooperative members went to the tapper the pamantap and advising not to use that as a empty can because it contains poisonous substances. So if he continues using the empty chemical can as a cap, eventually it will go against his health.
Esua di amasua wo mu say yekọ cocoa nase na yekobo ebi wo ha yeto rubber ebi wo ha na yekuta rubber bag na ye de kọ se yekọ afese no na yegija to cocoa nase basabasa sese nso yekosua ye no akire say cocoa nase na yekọ ayi rubbers no ma yenja ento wasa na say asase no na aduro nso ye de bo spray no na yi ne to ano sese yeja egu ho ese ye pe baabi na ye de gu da ye ese asase no nti ono masua pa ma me di dwuma wo cocoa nase te me kosa me didi kura me janto cocoa nase e pe baabi na me de hye efom te de masua no
Fair for all no the project ye nyina ye ne gi ho e wo mantem ha because obi nsisi obi oba be adwuma na be ma be adwuma say wo maketua no eye pepepe the project me the ebekoso da anka me pepa yi.
Sometimes you get in touch with some of these things, then you are like, wow, I picked the basis from this engagement I had with Fair for All and Send Ghana, and I say thank you so much to Send Ghana and then all partners in the project.
Fair for All enko so maye enti say yenya wo mo a nke yesu kra ye hu ye left and right enko mba da yo mba sisi ye so ache ba yenya wo mo ni ye kasa ntumi duru abanyenim.
Well, we want to acknowledge Oxfam, especially Oxfam Novib, for the Fair for All project and the many international partners that have enriched our staff knowledge and experiences to implement this project in a very integrated way to highlight and empower women to exercise their human rights to its fullest, which should translate into improved standard of living for women and children in the cocoa sector.